All right, guys, we're about to get right into it, man. As projected, man, Kamala Harris destroyed her Fox News interview, guys. They tried to pin her in a corner with the immigration issue, and she cornered them, and it backfired. And I'm not even, I'm not over here supporting Kamala Harris, guys. I don't support any of these candidates. But let's get into this specific issue here, which I find quite interesting because it seems like both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are in sync regarding this issue, man. Let's get right into it, guys. Let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it.
Two more things. You were asked on 60 Minutes about the biggest threat that the world faces, that the U.S. faces. This is what you said.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
A number of experts thought you would say China. The FBI director had said that. But you said Iran. If that's the case, what do you say to critics who look at the actions of your administration and say you're not acting like Iran is the number one threat?
Well, I will tell you most recently, whether it was in April or in October, and then several hours on each occasion that Iran posed a threat to Israel, I was there. Most recently in the Situation Room, in the most recent attack, working with the heads of our military and doing what America must always do to defend and to support Israel in its requirement to defend itself, and to give American support to be able to allow Israel to have the resources to defend itself against attack, including from Iran and Iran's terrorist proxies in the region.
Right.
And that
but those
is,
proxies were getting funded by
my
Iran.
commitment to that is unyielding and unwavering.
Critics just say that you either relaxed or failed to enforce sanctions on Iran, allowing all of this money to flow into Iran, like billions.
Let's go back to Donald Trump, who pulled out of a deal that would have actually put Iran in check.
The estimates
and then
in billions.
It was during Donald Trump's
that
administration
go
that
the Iran regime
that we had an American military base that was attacked, where
Boom.
American soldiers suffered traumatic brain injuries, and Donald Trump dismissed them as headaches, not to mention how Donald Trump has treated and talked about America's military and military service people, calling them suckers and losers.
Facts, guys. Facts. Hey, man, when Iran responded back with a ballistic missile strike on the Iraqi U.S. airbase, with precision, and literally destroyed the entire. They were nice enough to tell him to, because Trump assassinated number two. He's probably number 3 in rank in the IRGC, Qasem Soleimani, right? So he assassinated him on foreign soil. It wasn't even in Iran. So that's in of itself an international war crime. And then Iran responds by sending precision-guided ballistic missiles to a U.S. airbase, where it was definitely underreported, but there was a handful of U.S. servicemen that experienced some severe trauma. Some possibly even died. I don't know, right? We don't, a lot of this stuff goes under the, it gets either underreported or censored, but. And there was no response after that. So Big Bad Trump always wants to talk about, like, oh, I'm going to go after Iran, and I've created a nuclear cluster buster bomb, so we could drop it in their nuclear power plants, and we're going to go ahead and take care of that situation, guys, and et cetera, et cetera. Never acted on it, right? And what I find interesting is that both her and Trump are in sync with how to deal with Iran. Like, they both have Iran as the next target for their administration. That's going to be the number one concern for them, regardless of who gets elected.
We're talking
significance-
over each other. I apologize.
I would like that we would have a conversation that is grounded in full assessment of the facts, which includes, I think this interview is supposed to be about the choices that your viewers should be presented about this election, and the contrast is important.
Yes, ma'am.
And on the subject of Iran, I am offering what should be an important contrast that is presented for folks to make a
And there
decision
are critics
that they
who
feel.
look at what the administration did and say and think differently. Madam Vice President, they're wrapping me very hard here. I hope you got to say what you wanted to say about Donald Trump.
The key thing that I'm finding is that regardless of who wins the election, there's going to be an escalation with Iran militarily. I personally think that Iran and Israel won't go to war. Iran won't go to war with Israel. I think that there are other players in the region who they can get to do their dirty work for them, one of which Azerbaijan. We know Russia's going to get involved because Syria has become a Russian colony pretty much. We know Russia's not going to allow Iran to fall due to its dependence militarily and strategically in the region. And especially since it's, a big player in the whole BRICS coalition. So they are going to release the militias that the Syrian government was at war with. They're going to start a new offensive. Azerbaijan is going to invade Armenia, which will get the Russians involved in Iran and that situation because Russia won't allow Armenia to fall. And the Saudi Arabia is going to be forced by the United States to fight a war with Iran on their territory. And that Azerbaijan-Armenia conflict is going to get Turkey involved with a war against Iran. So, look, man, I'm telling you, this is just what I'm sensing here, because I don't think there's going to be a direct conflict with Iran and Israel. It won't last more than 24 hours. Iran will literally wipe out Israel in 48 hours, guys. Just food for thought, man, because they're all, look, man, both, either her and Trump are serving the same they're serving the same cause, all right? Let's just keep it that way, man. YouTube friendly. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment sections down below, man. Hit that like, subscribe button, man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Peace.